Hey everyone, it's been just about 2 weeks since the release of Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and DLC 1 is right around the corner in just a couple of days. So I wanted to come on here and kind of make a quick little video about some of my personal thoughts and opinions of the game, what they can do better, and what I think is good about the game. So let's get into it, and I would love to hear any of your thoughts in the comments. We're gonna go ahead and start with the good. For me, as a personal opinion, it's just fun. I love playing solo or with my friends. In the past, Call of Duty games, I've preferred to play with friends, with somebody, with randoms, with other people. But for Black Ops 7 Zombies specifically, I do find it really fun to just kind of play solo and kind of grind for that high round. Ashes of the Damned does have that nostalgia vibe, where the POI Ashwood looks a lot like Buried, and Zarya Cosmodrome gives Ascension vibes, and so forth and so on. But I don't think they're nostalgia baiting, as I've also seen it said. I think it is very nostalgic in the fact that the POIs remind you of similar old Call of Duty Zombies maps, but I don't necessarily think they're like replicating it to make people like it just because of that. I think they're definitely trying to bring back the old Zombies feel just in the way that we've asked them to for a few years now. Another thing that I really love is camo grinding. I've always been one to want to camo grind, but not specifically for weapons, but mostly for the knives. And for Black Ops 7 specifically, the Bloodstone camo looked absolutely gorgeous, and I really, really, really wanted to get it for my knife. With just a couple of hours of me grinding the knife and the other melee weapon, I was able to get the Bloodstone camo in about a week after release of the game, which I think is a pretty good challenge as of like, it's not too easy, but it's also not impossible to where I get discouraged because I'm never going to get the knife. And that's what I love when it comes to camo grinding. For me, high round strats seem to be really fun and equally challenging with the bear and the beehives to kind of keep you on your toes and keep you constantly moving. The survival map for me seems a lot like the BO2 town map in how I would run my high round strats. Just kind of staying vigilant, and I think the addition of the bear makes it really fun and really challenging, especially for those of us that have been playing zombies for quite a while and kind of need that extra enemy to kind of watch our backs with versus just like the zombies and the hellhounds. For Black Ops 7, the Easter egg hunt for Ashes of the Damned was so much fun to watch and kind of take a part of. I myself am not good with Easter egg hunting, but I do love to watch all the creators that do Easter egg hunt, and I do love and appreciate the time and effort they put into that. And they're just so amazing with that, and I find it so interesting to watch an Easter egg hunt, kind of see how they put two and two together. And I do love that it took them longer than 2 hours this time to do it. I believe it is now the longest hunt in modern zombies for Ashes of the Damned, and I'm really, really, really hoping that BO7 kind of keeps it up with that kind of high energy, hard to find but not too hard to where you get frustrated at for the Easter eggs. I would love to see that energy and those vibes to kind of stay the same and keep it up for all the rest of the zombies maps that are coming out in BO7. I think that would be absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to see what the next Easter egg hunt is going to look like. Maybe I'll try to see if I can figure anything out myself. Who knows? Another little mechanism that I love in the game is the barrel roll that they have added. Simply because in Ashes of the Damned, and I'm sure in their upcoming maps, there will be such a huge height difference between like the top part of one area versus the bottom part, just like we've seen in Ashwood, and dropping down from that could cause immediate death. So I do love that they have kind of added the barrel roll feature so that way you can roll yourself instead of completely dying and losing everything you've worked towards just because of fall damage. In this clip here, you will see me falling off of the top of Ashwood to the bottom, and I forgot to barrel roll. But thankfully, I had just gotten Jug, so it did not kill me. But it got so close that if I did not have Jug, I would have died here. I do kind of love that it was added in because sometimes I can kind of get into the groove of things and I'm just thinking about where I need to go, what I need to do, and just fall right off without even thinking about it. So I do absolutely love the barrel roll. It has saved me so many times, and it is one of my favorite things about this game. This next one is such a minor thing. It does not change or have any effect on gameplay all that much, but I do absolutely love how you can slide into zombies and they will fall over. The first time it happened to me, it was so hilarious because I was not expecting that to happen. And you can also slide into Ravengers and also kind of knock them over for a little bit. I wouldn't recommend it because I hate them little ankle biters, but you can also do it. It's hilarious and I absolutely love that it's added. Now let's get into the not so great things, or the things that I think can be improved on. And I definitely think a lot of people are going to agree with me here. Augment research. There's so much I have to say about this. Augment research takes so much time just to get so much time and so much XP just to get one thing researched. I'm like prestige 2 at this point, and I think maybe I've only gotten like 5 things researched, maybe less, which means it's gonna take forever to get a lot of the perks and ammo mods and field upgrades researched. With as slow and as hard as it is to research each little pinpoint, I definitely believe that we should be able to research one perk, one ammo mod, and one field upgrade all at the same time. I definitely think only picking one out of all 3 categories to research is absolutely insane. The amount of hours and XP is crazy. And I think even if you get to prestige and master, you're not gonna have everything unlocked because there's so much. And I know it's all about being strategic and kind of picking what ammo mods you want or what perks you want and kind of just going after that. But the issue with the augments is, in my opinion, I feel like they don't even work. Like the perks don't work without the augments. Another thing for this is there's literally a major augment for elemental pop that is just electric cherry. Electric cherry used to be one of my favorite perks back in BO2 days. But now it's just an ammo mod on elemental pop. So it's kind of like the perks don't feel like they work. Now, while the augments aren't all bad, I do love how for BO7 they've added a completely new row for you to research, and with that they've added the extra slot where you can equip a second minor augment. Once again, the issue with that is we are not getting any research done for any of these augments anytime soon. So I've played BO6 a lot, and I do know that the research for your perks and stuff did kind of move over, carry forward with BO7. But the issue is I'm at a relatively 30% for all of them, some less. My highest research percent being 64%. And that's because I've solely focused on that perk. It is insanely hard. And if I think I'm ever getting ammo mods and field upgrades, I'm not. because I'm trying to research my perks so that way my perks can do something so it can help me in game. So my ammo mod and field upgrades are at least less than 10% for all the research. I think we should definitely be able to do one from each category, because the amount of XP it takes to research one thing is so painfully a lot. So another thing that I think that can definitely be improved on would have to be the power. Not necessarily that I hate the idea or that I hate that it's done, but when you're playing with more than one person, the time to turn on the power is 30 seconds, which is fine. It's a lot of seconds. But when you're playing solo, it's also 30 seconds. And I feel like when it comes to newer players, or even sometimes myself, I won't get the power turned on in that amount of time because you don't have someone that can watch the zombies, or you don't have like multiple people getting the infection off of the power so we can restore it. You only have you yourself and the zombies, so you're trying to stay alive while also trying to get the infestation off the pump so that way you can get the power turned on. So for newer players, it might be a bit of a challenge. I do know there's a really good strat to just use a frag grenade, throw that out there, let it take care of half of the pump side. But that doesn't always work depending on what people like to bring in or what they like to do. So I think that maybe it should just be increased to like 35 seconds for solo, just to kind of give the brand new players to Call of Duty, Zombies, and myself sometimes just a little bit of extra wiggle room to get that power turned on. Okay, we know I have to bring this up because the amount of inflation that is happening even inside video games is so crazy. Back in Black Ops 2, the cost to open the door in transit was 750 points in solo. Fast forward to Black Ops 7 and it cost 1,250 points to open the door in solo. And I know a lot of people don't think it's a lot or it doesn't matter. I know the point distribution is a little bit different than it was back then. But that's 500 point difference in solo. And that's just so crazy to me, because if you play with more than one person in BO7, the starting door is 1,500, which is only a 250 point difference split between two people. And if you decide to pay half on the door, it's only 750 versus 1,250. So I do think the feature to kind of pay in half when you're playing with more than one person for the door is really neat. But if I'm playing, with two people and I pay half for 750, that's a lot cheaper than when I'm playing solo. And I know you're getting all the kills and you're taking all the points, but the amount of zombies spawn in correspondence to how many players are there. That also brings me to my absolute next point, where in the fog you get no points for killing Ravengers or zombies. And I know you didn't get any points in BO2 either for that. But the door also isn't 1,500. It's 750 in BO2. I don't know if I would want the cost of the door to change, but maybe just throw me a couple extra points for killing those Ravengers in the fog. This one is just a very, very personal opinion because I have a personal vendetta. But these ankle biters, these Ravengers, I don't like them. They bite in my ankles. I've almost died to a Ravenger round just because they come at me from all sides. And I know we want to make it challenging, but I miss the Hellhounds. I miss Fluffy. Can we get the Hellhounds back, please? And it's a free ammo round, Or maybe just give me the option to turn it off, just like we did back then, when we could choose to have hellhounds or not. So as long as we want to stick with these Ravengers, the Denizens' cousins, which I did not like the Denizens either. So that's probably where my personal vendetta is from, the fact that they're Denizens' more evil cousin. I don't like them. I don't think that it's necessarily a this is so bad it makes me hate the game aspect. I think it's just definitely like, hey, I hate these things. But sometimes it's a good thing. But I just wish we had the Hellhounds back. That's just a personal opinion. And absolutely, probably the one thing that annoys me more than the augments would have to be the fact that we cannot have 2 save slots. We have a survival mode and a standard mode. I feel like that standardly should come with 2 different save slots. One to save a survival level and one to save a standard level. I don't know what the back end of making video games or any of that would look like. I don't know if it's kind of really hard or impossible to make that happen, but I definitely feel like we should have 2 save slots. One for like the standard modes and one for our survival maps. I definitely don't think it is kind of like an end all be all, but I definitely think it is the one thing that annoys me more than the augments, because I think there should just be an option to save both, a standard and a survival. Yeah, those are my overall thoughts on the game. I'm so excited for the next Zombies map to come out and kind of dive into that map and see what's going on. I have been playing a lot of Ashes of the Damned because I really do genuinely enjoy it. Please let me know in the comments what you guys think is good and bad about this game and kind of some changes that y'all would like to see, but please no negativity in my comments. I do think Black Ops 7 is a really good game overall. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to follow me if you want to see more zombies content and streams. Have a good day. Bye.